Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Tasty Tidbits Podcast. Get ready to receive rich, well-seasoned, and tasteful tidbits to transform your life. Each week, Dr. Tiffany comes to you with inspirational encouragement and thought-provoking interviews to help you revolutionize your walk with God. Are you hungry for more of His presence? Then get ready. And now, your host, pastor, author, and motivational speaker, Dr. Tiffany Watkins.
The book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 21 through 24. And when Jesus was passed over again by the ship onto the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. And behold, somebody say, and behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. And he besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Jesus went unto them, and with them, and much people followed him and thronged him. I want to go down to verse 34. And when he had said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and whole of thy plague. And we see right here that Jesus had begun to stop in the midst before he was going to Jairus' daughter, because there was a woman with the issue of blood. But verse 35 says, While he yet spake, there came from the ruler of synagogue a house certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Somebody say, Thy daughter is dead. Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. Somebody say, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeth the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, Why make ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but she is sleeping. And they laughed at him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, somebody say, it's time to put some people out. And after he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entered in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha cumi, which is being interpreted, Damsel, I say unto thee, arise. Somebody shout, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of age of 12 years old, and they were astonished with great astonishment. Say, God is about to astonish you. And he charged them straitly that no man should know, and command that thing that should be given her to eat. And I want to just talk to you briefly on this Mother's Day about a subject, just really brief. I choose to have faith. Somebody say, I choose to have faith. Oh, Lord, I love it when the Lord begins to get in the word and when he gives us the topic, because that means that we're going to have to begin to embark upon some things that is going to require our faith. It's getting ready to require us to stretch out in our faith so we can see God do what he needs to do. And so Jairus was at a point where he had to choose. Somebody say, we had to choose. And there are going to be times in your life when you're going to have to choose. We have so many choices today that we can do, but we got to make the right choice. And anybody ever know that there have been times in your life where you made choices and you wish you didn't make the choices that you have made? And so Jairus was at a point in his life where he had to choose because his daughter was was sick, but he had to choose whether he was going to stay with her and watch her die, or whether he was going to pick up his feet and his faith and go to where Jesus was to possibly have her daughter to be healed. And in our life, we have to make choices under the unction of the Holy Spirit. And so Jairus said that even though my daughter is sick, I know I got to get to Jesus. Somebody say, Jesus is on the way. And so we got to make to the point that we make the right choice. Somebody say, I got to make the right choice. You will always be hit with choices, but it is the Lord that will lead you right. Today, I want to talk to you about making the right decision because you've got faith. I want to begin to talk to you about the faith that the woman had, even in the midst of her bleeding. And Jesus came, and even when she was bleeding, she was so hungry for the Lord that she stopped Jesus on his way to this Jairus' daughter. And so what the Lord is saying to us is that we've got to get in position, because when we choose faith, the miracle is about to happen. Are you willing to choose faith so that the impossible can happen? Anybody ready to choose faith to see the impossible happen? Somebody say, the impossible is getting ready to happen in my life. Say, I got to increase on my faith. I got to believe what God's word has said. I got to move on what God has said in my life. I've got to stop making the same choices that get me in the same situations. God is saying it's time for you to make choices that will catapult you into purpose. Somebody say, I got to make the right choice. Every day we are faced with choices to make decisions in our life. We'll have choices even in our career. What choices should we make when it comes to our jobs? Then we have choices of where we're going to put our loved ones when they get older. Come on. Then we have choices and have to make decisions about relationships that we have been in. Come on. Then we have choices about how we need to discipline our child, or choices if I should pray or watch TV, choices of where I should bank or if I should save money, choices if I should stretch out in faith or just stay afraid and not move out on what God has said. We even have the choice to be happy or to be sad. We have the choice to say that I'm not going to let anybody keep me down, because God has brought me out of so much stuff. And you can choose to be depressed. You can choose to be sad, but I got a whole lot to give God praise for. And I choose that in the bad times, I'm going to give God all the praise. I choose that when I'm sick in my body, that I'm still going to give him praise. I choose that when everybody walks away from me, I'm still going to give God the praise. Somebody say choices. There are some people that you got to get rid of. There are some things that you got to get out of your house for the miracle to occur. And God is saying, will you make the right choice to choose to have faith? And so we have to pray for our young people, because daily they are making choices, and they need the adults to be mature in order to help them and guide them in their choices. And so we got to stop making the wrong choice so they can start making the right choice. What choice will you make today to make sure that your child won't end up on the street? What choice will we make to say that we're going to pray and see God move? You have to have a choice to have faith that no matter what the color of my skin, no matter if I have a disability, I'm going to make the choice to have faith to see the miracle of God occur. Somebody say, I choose to have faith. There was a choice for you to be successful or a choice for you to stay average. Somebody say, I cannot stay average. Say, I cannot stay average. I cannot be like everybody else, because God has called me to stand out. You have to choose faith and say, I'm going to step out no matter what the cost may be. In order for the miracles to occur, in order for the impossible to happen, God says, I'm looking for somebody to say, I'm tired of going in circles and I'm ready to have faith so I can see Jesus show up. This same Jesus that I preach about, I don't want to just talk about him, but I want to manifest the work that he manifested. Anybody say, I'm going to step out in faith? So the first thing that you have to do when you choose to have faith, you have to choose patience. Somebody say, I got to choose to be patient. So when we came to church today, people ready for the singers to sit down so the word can come forth, so I can leave to go home, so I can get something to eat. Somebody say, you got to be patient. Say, you must choose to be patient because God's miracle is on the way for you. When Jesus was going to Jairus' daughter, the woman with the issue of blood came and interrupted Jairus' daughter's miracle. You got to understand that there are going to be times in your life where things are going to interrupt your life. And you can't throw in the towel. You can't cuss people out. You can't be mad and upset. You can't blame God because there is going to be interruption towards your process of miracle. Somebody say there will be interruption in the process of your miracle. There will be times where people will come in and stop the process, but it's only temporary. Somebody say it's only temporary. Say you may be hindered right now and you feel like you can't get out of where you are, but God says that I'm about to move out of the way so you can step into what I've called you to step into. He says that I've been in there in the situation and I'm just testing your faith to see if you're going to trust me anyhow. Anybody got that anyhow faith? That if God don't show up, he's still God anyhow. If God don't show up when I think he should show up, I'm still going to trust him anyhow. Oh, Lord. Anybody going to trust him anyhow? Anybody going to trust him when the world is going topsy-turvy, when it seems like people are dying, and when it seems like people are walking away from the Lord, when it seems like your household is in topsy-turvy? Somebody say, but I'm going to trust God anyhow. Say, I must choose patience. When you come to church, you got to make a choice. I'm leaving out with something. Leaving out. I don't care if one word is for me. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to take it with me. So God, if you're telling me to be patient, oh Lord, I got to work on being patient. I got to beat this body and say, you got to slow down. You're going to have to wait, because when you move outside of God's time, everything mess up. Everything. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but you better wait on God. Because when you wait on God, God will send the right one. Come on. When you wait on God, he will open up the right door. Come on. When you wait on God, he will send the anointing that you've been asking for. But you got to wait on God.
Thank you for listening to Tasty Tidbits with Dr. Tiffany Watkins. If you're enjoying the show, feel free to subscribe, rate, and share with your friends. To learn more about Dr. Tiffany, check out her blog on goodreads.com or visit her website at www.renewedfaithministriesinc.com. Until next time, stay blessed.